An explosive goal from midfield sinks Arsenal in Asia. Tottenham fans erupt. Arsenal legends fume. What does this mean for the Premier League season? Let's break it down. Tottenham Hotspur delivered one of the most jaw-dropping moments of their preseason campaign when Pape Matar Sarr scored an outrageous 45-yard screamer against Arsenal during their historic clash in Hong Kong. The shot, taken well behind the halfway line, floated perfectly over the Arsenal goalkeeper and straight into the net. It was a goal that ignited global headlines and shook the confidence of Gunners fans who had hoped for early season dominance. The roar inside the Kai Tak Stadium, packed with 50,000 football-crazed fans, was deafening. The energy in the stadium was electric, blending Premier League prestige with Asian passion for football. The match wasn't just about that goal. It was a statement. Tottenham, fresh off a surprising Europa League title last season, now want more than just silverware. They want to dominate Arsenal. And in the symbolic battle, they made a massive impact. Arsenal responded by fielding new striker Viktor Gyokeres, who received a warm welcome from the fans. But his debut lacked firepower as Spurs' backline, led by Pedro Porro, absorbed wave after wave of pressure. Arsenal hit the woodwork multiple times in the first half, but couldn't find the back of the net. Spurs came close to scoring 3 more times in that opening half, signaling not only their form but their focus. Now, think about this. This was the first ever North London derby hosted outside the UK, and it happened in Hong Kong. A symbolic move for the Premier League, trying to deepen its global roots. For Asian fans, this wasn't just a friendly, it was a dream come true. Many waited their whole lives to witness Arsenal versus Tottenham live. The stadium was split in color, red and white versus navy blue, with fans chanting familiar songs. In a region where local leagues still grow, this kind of exposure electrifies grassroots football, and Premier League teams know it. Historically, the North London derby has always been emotional. Arsenal has won 84 competitive derbies, while Tottenham stands at 61. Since 1995, Arsenal has claimed 30 wins, Spurs 16, and 24 games ended in a draw. On average, Arsenal scores 1.7 goals per derby while Tottenham averages 1.3. The rivalry isn't just about bragging rights, it's about defining identity. So every goal, every challenge, every fan chant carries historical weight. But things got heated. In a controversial moment, Arsenal midfielder Kai Havertz was accused of kneeing Tottenham's Jed Spence. Fans and pundits argued it should have been a penalty. The referee waved it off. Moments later, Arteta, clearly boiling, argued with Pedro Porro over contentious throw-in. The two had to be separated as tempers flared. It might have been pre-season, but this felt like a cup final. Drama like this keeps fans glued to the screen, and even neutral viewers couldn't look away. Tottenham, now under pressure to maintain European success, entered this match differently. Despite winning the Europa League just months ago, their domestic form last season was terrible. They finished 17th in the Premier League, a record low with only 38 points. Yet, somehow, they clinched European glory with a final victory against Manchester United. That win brought them their first major trophy in over 17 years. The big question now is, can they balance European prestige with Premier League survival? Arsenal, on the other hand, entered this preseason with a sharper focus. Touted as one of the favorites to win the Premier League, they made early moves in the transfer market. Signing Viktor Gyokeres was part of that plan. But with injuries haunting them again, Trossard limped off, and the first-choice goalkeeper missed a trip. Doubts are growing. Still, supercomputers predict Arsenal will finish second behind Manchester City. Meanwhile, Tottenham aren't even in the conversation for top 4. Bookmakers and analysts believe the usual suspects, Arsenal, Liverpool, Man City, and Newcastle, are most likely to dominate the season. Quick reminder while we dive into these rivalries. If you're enjoying the breakdown, hit that like button right now. And if you've got an opinion, Arsenal or Tottenham, drop it in the comment below. Don't forget to share this video with friends and subscribe for more football breakdowns from across the globe. Back to the action. Arsenal's missed opportunities and Tottenham's high-pressing game were defining. Pedro Porro was a wall in defense. Mohamed Kudus looked solid in midfield. For Tottenham, the combination of new energy and last season's silverware gave them the upper hand in a derby that often swings unpredictably. But Arsenal didn't go down quietly. They had moments, especially in the second half, where they looked like equalizing. But when your shots hit the post and your defense is scrambling, it's clear who the sharper team is. The Premier League table now resets ahead of the new season. Both teams sit with 0 points as expected, but the psychological tone has been set. Spurs have momentum, Arsenal has expectations, and fans in the US are paying attention. As the American Premier League fan base grows, matches like these are becoming must-watch events, preseason or not. People want drama, stories, goals, and rivalries, and this derby delivered all four in bulk. Looking forward, Arsenal will host Tottenham at Emirates Stadium in November for the competitive rematch. This is where it will count. Expect fireworks. Transfers are still in motion, and squads may look very different by then. Arsenal is reportedly still hunting for a backup striker and a left-back. Tottenham may offload fringe players and add more depth in midfield. This rivalry is far from over. It's just getting started. Off the pitch, both managers have their own pressure. Mikel Arteta needs to win silverware this season. His patience is wearing thin among some fans. A second-place finish again won't be enough. Meanwhile, Spurs manager is flying high after European success, but if league results don't improve, even trophies won't save him. The Premier League is unforgiving, and reputation can collapse in a few weeks. Now let's go back to that goal. Pape Matar Sarr's wonder strike wasn't just lucky. It was intentional. You could see him look up, see the keeper of his line, and go for it. The technique, power, and curve made it an instant highlight reel clip. It's already being compared to Beckham's long ranges or Rooney's audacious efforts. For a young player like Sarr, this moment could define his breakout season. Expect analysts and fantasy football managers in the US to start watching him closely. Arsenal fans, meanwhile, are asking big questions. Is the defense ready? Can Gyokeres fill Gabriel Jesus' shoes? Will injuries derail another campaign? There's promise in their squad, but depth remains concern. With Manchester City's dominance and Liverpool's resurgence, Arsenal must start strong and avoid early setbacks. This match may have been labeled a friendly, but its implications are real. Confidence, momentum, and rivalry psychology all matter. For Tottenham, it's a spark they needed. For Arsenal, it's a wake-up call. And for fans across the United States, especially those who tune in early mornings to watch Premier League matches, this was a kind of match that makes the alarm clock worth it. So, what's next? Keep your eyes on the rematch. Keep watching the transfer wires. And keep asking, did we just witness a turning point in North London? Because the derby is back. It's global. And everyone is watching.